level transformational coaching interview. We are doing our interviews like we normally do. We love to share inspiring people. We want to introduce you to people that inspire us, that have inspiring lives, that inspire themselves. And so we always love to create that space so that we can inspire others, but also have others inspire us too. So we want to welcome Tamar Powers, and we are going to just get started and jump right into some awesome questions that you're going to tell us a little bit about yourself and just give us an idea of, you know, something that is most important to you, your purpose and possibly passion in life. If there's anything that you'd want to share right away out of the gate.
Well, what inspires me is the truth of what our mindset can truly do in our life. First of all, thanks for having me. Just want to get that out of the way. I'm living proof of what can happen when you change your thoughts and change the way that you see the world. I spent 24 years addicted to alcohol, methamphetamine, and cigarettes. And in the blink of an eye, I was able to stop with discovering the power of our mindset, discovering the power of choice. And that was 5 years ago, and I haven't looked back. Since then, I've spent the last 5 years motivating and inspiring others to help try to change their lives. That's my true passion. I took my body to the brink of death, literally almost blowing up my heart, and have brought it back to a state in which I'm one of the healthiest individuals of most any age. So now I spend my days working out, working toward a better life and the better goals and better life for myself and my kids.
That is truly amazing. Congratulations to you. That's definitely a big win and celebration. You know, we always talk about celebrating those things, and wow, that's just, I mean, what a tremendous story. 24 years, and all of a sudden, boom, let's flip that switch and change our mindset, you know. And again, that's that power of that willpower that you come out with, and that determination, like, you know what, I'm ready to take control of my life. You know, I'm in control of my life. I'm going to take action of my life. My life, you know, is driven by me. So awesome. Congratulations to that. So with this new process that you're doing, can you kind of walk us through a little bit? Like, do you have certain rituals or certain practices that you maintain daily to help you keep you on this journey, like those habits? What are those habits, your keystone habits?
I love this part. I wake up because they keep me grounded. I wake up at 3:15, 6 days a week, 3:15 in the morning. And that is to get up, have my cup of coffee, I meditate, and then I head to the gym. That is hands down every single day of the week, except for Sundays. I take off. And then I have I get home from the gym and I make my lunch for the day, spend some time with my son, and then I'm off to work. But that is my morning, and that's what keeps me grounded and provides the energy that I need to keep going through the day.
Wow.
I love that. I absolutely, when you say that, it just reminds me of like putting armor on ourselves, you know, to start that day. So when you step out the door of your front door, you've got your best foot forward, and you have this like amazing shining armor that kind of protects you. Like, you have been grounded. So you're going to, you know, be able to move forward with that day as your best self, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to first point out that we're friends on Facebook, and you absolutely, I've been following, you know, we've been kind of on friends for, I don't know, a couple years now, probably, right?
Yeah.
We kind of knew each other from an acquaintance, and you were helping out with some volunteer work and those kind of things. And I have seen a huge transformation even in your body and your definition and your tone, because you have amazing workout photos. So I just want to congratulate you on that also.
Thank you.
And tell you that all of that hard work that you are doing 6 days a week at 3:15 a.m. is absolutely empowering and wonderful. And so definitely it's exciting to kind of, you know, see that you know, change and everything like that too. So you talked about your passion and your purpose. And so I always wonder, kind of, what do you think came first? Was it your passion, or was it your purpose, or did it kind of happen at the same time? And when you did decide that, you said literally after 24 years, it was like, boom, a snap of a finger and it was gone. So I want to hear more about that too.
Sure. So honestly, sobriety discovered me. I didn't know that any such thing existed, that people lived their life without drugs or alcohol or cigarettes even. I mean, I knew people didn't smoke, but honestly, I just really didn't know that there was this thing called sobriety out here. So when it hit me in the face, I was dumbfounded. And truthfully, I was like panicked. Like, what do you mean people live without this? It was like taking the very breath from somebody. I just didn't understand it, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. And what changed everything is when I walked into a treatment center that somebody had told me about. And this lady looked at me and handed me paperwork on a Thursday. And I said, I need help. She handed me the paperwork and said, fill this out and come back Monday. And I said, Monday? Well, if I'm alive, I'll come back. And that's when she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, I believe in you. That was it. That was all it took. And then something switched in me and I thought, oh my gosh, if this person can take that weight off of myself, because I can't believe in myself, she'll do it for me so I can just do the work until I can believe in myself. It's a game changer. And so it started with that. And by that time, I had 1.87 pounds of methamphetamine in my system. That's the test that they gave me at that treatment center, provided me with that information. And from that moment forward, I had decided that I would do whatever it took to change what was happening in my life, because clearly what I was doing wasn't working. I was about to lose my kids, everything. And so I just stopped. I stopped everything. My son and I were homeless the first 3 months of my sobriety, but I never missed a day of treatment because I'd never missed a day of doing drugs. So I don't know why I would, I just figured if I tried as hard in my recovery as I had in my addiction, I could become unstoppable. And I get to decide whether or not I'm unstoppable or not. It's a decision that we all get to make. It's changing the way that you see everything, changing the way you see the world, changing your perception of your current reality, because we get to create our reality. It's something I never knew. I didn't know I had a choice. I remember the moment I looked at the beer in my hand and decided that I couldn't stop. That was a decision I had made, but I didn't know that. Once I became aware that I had a choice, it then became my responsibility to say, okay, I'm either done or I'm not. I know what my past has to offer and I want no part of it. None of it. I've been there. I've done that. And I've got the t-shirt. Just time to move forward. So I've never lost my drive because I do know what my past has to offer. I don't want to go back there.
Yeah. So you said something in the beginning. You said your truth and mindset was a huge part of your change and their passion and purpose. And then I want to point out too is when that woman put her hand on your shoulder and said, I believe in you, and the power of words, I want to touch. Yeah. And that compassion maybe that you were feeling. I just want to point that out because as we inspire people, right? It's that one word, one statement, that one look, that one touch that we give to people that changes someone's life. It's a life of service that we have and the heart and passion that we have. And I just really wanted to point that out because when you said that, I got little goosebumps and my hair stood on my arms because it just, thank you so much for sharing that, because it just reminded me of how important it is to be kind and loving and be of service to others. Huge. Thank you for that.
That was the first, I don't know that things would have turned out the same had she not said that. When she said that, I thought, I got to come back. And I did. And I think things would be different today if she hadn't have said that. So I'm grateful.
So where can I buy your book?
So I did finish my book, but I am
You are writing a book. Oh, awesome.
But I am restructuring it. I'm working with a book coach out of Australia, and we're going to restructure it into more of the type of book that I want. So when you write a book, you submit it, and if it's, you know, not what they want, then they help you with feedback to kind of get it to where you want it. And that's really what I was looking for. What I've written is a memoir, and that's not necessarily what I want. I want more of a book that's going to help people, and it might help people, but I want to see it structured in more of a step-by-step how-to book. So the great parts about that, though, is that I've gotten really good feedback from publishers, and you don't even generally hear back from publishers. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And they commented that I'm a pretty good writer, so I've got a couple things going for me. So look for that to be out hopefully by the beginning of next year. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing too. You know, you wanted the right one book, they're pushing you towards this other book, but there goes your second book now, right? Now you can negotiate for a contract.
Yeah.
And put that second book out there on the how-to. And the thing that's cool is that, you know, there's a saying that there's the way, there's your way, there's no the way. The thing is that there's tools that you can take a kind of person's idea or that work for them. And that's what's cool, I think, about what you want to share.
Yeah.
With your journey that you went on and what the steps that you took. And that's what is, I think, is going to be tremendous. I mean, even just you sharing what you shared tonight, that's what I was like, man, there's got to be a book there, right? So I'm glad, I'm super stoked to hear that's in the process. And then you want to actually publish another book on the how-to. So you got this down right now.
Oh, I do. I'm very excited about it. I'm currently working on that. And I just finished my second coaching program that I took part in. The first one took me to South Africa last year, you might remember. And then this one was supposed to take me to Peru this week, but because of COVID, we all had to cancel. So we'll be rescheduling that for August of next year. But that coaching program has just been an incredibly inspiring part of my journey the last couple of years. So they've been incredibly helpful with kickstarting me writing that book. And then now they're helping me become a professional speaker, learn how to do that. And yeah, so I'm just looking forward to some changes and big things to happen.
Yeah.
That's exciting. We'll definitely have to, after you get the book out, we're definitely going to have to do another interview, and you can share your book and we can help you promote that. And then definitely, I mean, you're getting awesome practice being interviewed, and you're doing absolutely amazing. So you're definitely, sounds like you're well on your way to be successful there too. So it's awesome. What would you what's your advice to others? Not your whole, obviously don't share the whole book yet, but what's your advice to others that you, like the one thing that you'd want to share with somebody else that's going through a huge obstacle, whether it be drugs, alcohol, addiction, or just a really traumatic, part of their life?
Boy, never give up. I mean, it's so cliche, but if I had given up at any point in my recovery, I just wouldn't be here today. I have hit so many obstacles. You have no idea what it's like to go through life naked. And that's the title of my book, Naked, because I'm completely exposed without my drugs, my alcohol, my cigarettes. That's my armor. It was for my entire life. So to face this world naked, it's like taking, I've said it before, like taking the very breath from someone. It doesn't get easier, it just gets stronger if you don't give up. That's just it. Our vulnerabilities are truly our strengths if we allow them to be. But you have to be willing to get naked. You have to be willing to do what others won't in order to be successful. Yeah. Never give up. That would be it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Because when you said that, the first thing that popped in my mind is that cartoon. Have you ever seen that frog that's being eaten by that stork, and he's got the stork by the throat and he's choking him? He's like, never give up. You gotta find that one. That might be a good cover. That might be a good cover for your book. But anyway, but the other thing I want to talk about is like, just Tamar, listen to your story. Have you thought? I mean, this is something that Jess and I have been talking about. And we've been working on too. Is like look in the mirror and just say, you know what, I love you. You're an awesome person. celebrating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that? Do you look in the mirror and look at yourself going like, damn, you know, I'm so proud of you. Like, you know, have you just like looked at yourself and said, you've been through a lot and you did it. Look at you right now. You know, have you celebrated that?
Oh yeah. You know, there's a chapter in my book called Lie to Yourself Until You Believe It. And when I first started in recovery, I applied that to my recovery because I didn't think I was worth anything. I hadn't forgiven myself yet. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was so many things, just so many negative things. And I would look in the mirror and tell myself, I am beautiful. I am forgiven. I am courageous, whatever it was, until I wanted to throw up. And then I just kept doing it. I never gave up. And I just kept doing it. And then still to this day, every single day I wake up, I tell myself, I am forgiven. I am worthy. Anything that I can say that's positive. And normally it's super easy to just have these negative thoughts. They come on so much quicker than positive thoughts do. But my life has changed so dramatically that those negative thoughts are almost nil and void in my life anymore. And only positive thoughts come through. If a negative thought hits, the positive ones are tenfold. So, yep, every day. Because I've just done so many good things and I'm incredibly proud of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super, man.
that's awesome.
Totally 100% amazing. And that's the thing of, it doesn't take any effort to be negative. It just happens so smoothly, right? I mean, it's just like putting a frown on our face. It doesn't take any muscles to frown. But to smile, that takes effort, that takes work. And the same thing, to give ourselves credit, to recognize, you know, that we did something positive today, that, you know, I made a choice, and that choice was to go down this path versus that path. And that's the thing I don't think people recognize or realize enough or give themselves credit for, to be thankful for. And this is why I think in life, I love the saying, don't take things for granted, take things as granted. And that's where I think, man, that so many people sometimes in life take life for granted versus as granted. And that's, I mean, I know I did that for a long time myself. And this is where I'm at now, that I want to try to become the best version of me. I mean, why am I here? I mean, am I here to be a subpar version of me? Am I here to be a so-so person of me? Or am I here to be the best version of me? Why am I here? And that's it. I never thought about life like that until this journey. So I just want to say, man, damn, I'm just so proud of you. And so this is more than I expected to get from this conversation. So I'm super excited that it went down this path and I feel this way. And I'm excited for your book. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your journey. And I don't know, I'm pumped right now.
Well, I'm super excited because, and I might have mentioned this to you before, but for some reason, you know, we briefly connected and we became Facebook friends. You know, we really hadn't been around each other, and we were, you know, things didn't work out a few different times, but we continued to you know, see each other on Facebook. And I truly believe that people are in each other's lives for reasons.
Absolutely.
And there's always been some reason, and I've said things to Darren too, is like, you know, there's a reason why you're in my life, you know, and whether it be to help each other, you know, promote what we stand for and inspire each other, and, you know, support other fellow, you know, people out there that have just as much passion as we do. If that's the case or not, you know, I have my own history that I can very much relate to some of the things that you've gone through. And so, and that's not something that I share outwardly very often. And so it's super inspiring to me that, that you do, and that you are impacting people's life, absolutely impacting people's life. And so I have a couple of questions I wanted to bring back to a couple of things you said. Okay. Is I was wondering how much has forgiveness do you think has played a role in your success, and if it has at all?
Oh, absolutely, it has. I mean, it's probably the majority of it, because I know that I did, the further I got in my recovery, the more I realized I was not a good person. I always thought I was a good person when I mean, I'm a good person, but I did horrible things, you know, and I just didn't think I had. So I really had to take a deep look at myself and those around me and do a lot of forgiving For other people who had hurt me, I carried that with me, and then forgive myself. In doing so, it actually brought others, it kind of attracted other people to me who wanted to make amends to me or who wanted to forgive me for things I had wronged them for. So it's had a huge impact in my life, in my sobriety.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost, my mom always taught me that was the, other than love, right? That was the biggest thing that we could do for ourselves, is forgive ourselves and forgive others, and how healing it is. That's one of our affirmations we have in our bathroom on the mirror. It talks about forgiving myself and others. And it's a huge thing that I love to read each day and just be mindful of, and have that intent that, no matter what we've done in our life, if we don't forgive ourselves, it makes it really hard to move forward and heal.
Well, forgiveness is a form of self-love. So if you don't forgive yourself, you're really not taking care of yourself. You're really not loving yourself. So it really is a form of self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the question. You talked about getting up at 3:15 in the morning. So today I did beat you. I got up at 3 a.m. I only do it one day a week. Only one day a week, though. So, but to keep that consistency, how do you stick to your evening protocol? So what's your evening routine like, so you know that you get, do you have an alarm clock that says, okay, time to go to bed, or what's up with that?
Oh no, my internal. No, when I do a lot of healthy eating. It took a lot to get me there, but I just have a green shake in the mornings, which healthy, like whole food greens, mixed with a bunch of vegetables and stuff, and I drink that. I do a lot of healthy moving. That's my exercise. That's also my very demanding job that I carry right now. I get plenty of sleep. I go to sleep about 8 p.m. between 8 and 8:30. It's just my internal clock. It tells me it's time to go to bed. Yeah, and then my alarm is set for 3 a.m. and I let it snooze 3 times, and I'm up at 3:15. That's it.
Why not just get up? Why not just get up at 3:15?
Yeah.
I like that.
3:15.
I just give myself that quick.
It's your ritual. Right.
It really
Hey,
is.
you gotta do what works for you, right? There's no good way.
I used to get up right at 3 a.m., but I decided I could use that extra 15.
Right. Well, and you mentioned the right. We talked about armor a couple times, and you had said that your armor was drugs and alcohol, cigarettes, because without that nakedness, right? The title of your book, Naked, what I want to correlate to is that what I'm seeing is that you created a new armor, which is like your morning protocols.
You went to the next level, armor.
Yeah, totally next level. And so I just love that analogy of armor. And armor can be anything. Like you said, armor is that living behind that wall of masking who we really are, and we don't really have to deal with anything, and we think we're a good, doing well and a good person, but it's masked by all of the things we're putting and doing to our body. And now you have this really healthy armor that gets you through every day. You have the structure, you take care of yourself, you work out, you eat healthy. So out of those kind of fundamental things, the eating, the moving, and the sleeping, what would you say is your most important fundamental out of those 3 that is basically most important to you?
Good question, Ben.
Well, out of those 3, it would probably be the healthy. Oh gosh, that's a really tough one, because they all just 3 go hand in hand. I should put on there then my healthy thinking, because that would be the most important.
Your thought
put on there.
Yeah, you can totally add it. There's no the way, right? You could totally add that as a fundamental.
Without that healthy thinking, you can't have any of those.
I love it, definitely. So, what else? Anything you want to add?
You asked me a question on there. how do I become the best version
I
of
don't know. You know what? Tomorrow I'm
impressed.
super inspired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
it? I kind of made a list. If you
Okay.
don't mind.
please
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I love that question. So 1 is you show up, be present. 2, if you fall down, get right back up. It doesn't matter if you fall. What matters is if you get up. 3, be willing to get naked. Become vulnerable because it's the only way to truly grow. Without vulnerability, there is no growth. It is our sunshine and water. 4, stop living in your past. If others want to live there, then let them. It does not mean you have to. 5, you've got to be willing to do what others won't if you want to be successful. And 6, most important, is never ever give up.
I love it.
I do love that.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to see that as a quote somewhere on Google.
Well, then you could totally put it in your book.
Yeah, yeah.
I can. Yes, I can.
So as
Great idea.
To the publisher. We got an ad on.
right. As we're wrapping up today, is there any motto? Never give up totally is your motto, but would you share, like, is there any most important people that have inspired you in your life, living or past, or, you know, your favorite author or a peer that you have that you know, have really got a lot of that you'd recommend to somebody else, if possible?
I love self-motivation, self-help books. Jen Sincero has some really great books out there. Let's see. I can list a couple in the Facebook if you'd like. I'll look up my Audible and I can list a couple in the Facebook.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. And then I've got 2 quotes that I love. And one's by Marcus Aurelius. It's the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. And that is absolutely true because, as I said before, without healthy thinking, you can have no healthy life. And the second one is by Seth Adam Smith. And it's only you get to choose who you become. I love it.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a good note to end on.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart and the top of our heart.
Our fullness
Our
of our
full heart is full right now. We are super inspired. I cannot wait to actually connect with you off camera too, because I definitely have more questions, and we are here to support anything else that you do. We believe that you're going to probably be amazing at it. So
yeah, maybe come down to CoreFit and we can do you can put a workout together and I'll put a workout together.
yeah, no, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And so thank you so much for sharing this time with us. I will share this to the world. You can share it to whatever you would like, but we are super excited for you, and we will close this interview, but thank you so much and have an awesome evening.
You guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, Tamar, thank you. Take it to the next level.
Yeah.
I will. Bye.